now would be a very good time to remind people that when this show started, it was just me and Purvis talking into our webcams without video. We're at the point where like there's just so much going on. We're here with the Sunflower Convertibles, everybody, a local hip hop group. Do you guys want to introduce yourselves a little bit? Like, let's introduce yourselves individually as a group. Like, kind of say your thing.
Yeah, so I'll go first. I am Jay Hattie, also known as joejbeats or Saint Chops or the Cheerio Chopper or fucking whatever the fuck. And so I'm a producer, rapper, singer in the group. And yeah, I'm the guy with the long hair that sings.
Okay.
That's me.
Bet.
Hell yeah. I can go. I'm Devin. I'm from Northport, Alabama. Rapper, poet, yeah, and I'm the guy with the dreads in the group. So
yeah. I've recommended one of your songs on the show before. I'm a fan.
That's so dope. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's up? I'm Suimo. I'm an alien from the planet Girth. It's a faraway land.
It's weird that's a word in English, but okay. Like
Girth, Giirth.
Oh, okay.
Girth, like that. It's and
But
I brought my alien technology, and I'm here to make some crazy music.
Okay.
Regrow the earth.
You're the video guy too, right?
Yeah, but it was really the video shit was really collaboration. Like, everyone directed their own video.
Humble. He's the video guy.
Like,
yeah.
But I do have a lot of experience in the video shit.
Yeah.
But I try to just
Well, video is
make it about the art. And
yeah, dude. Video is just inherently collaborative, like more than anything else.
Yeah.
If you're the one holding the camera, you're the video guy.
Sometimes, hey, we all took turns. That's the thing about it is like
we all
like Joe edited his own skit, like fucking we're all trying to learn this shit together.
Yeah, I come from the independent film world, and it's like, I'm the writer, cinematographer, director, sound guy, and editor.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I know how that is.
Yeah.
We got one more, right?
We got one more. Adrian, say your piece.
I'm Adrian Rosario. I love saying my last name, but I'm from Chicago. I sing, I rap. Fuck, I'm like the crazy dude. I just like to scream. Fuck it, we lit, we balled. That's all.
Oh yeah, dude, that's the energy.
Yes,
yeah. I love to bring the energy. We're the Sunflower Convertibles, though.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's a hell of it. That's a cool name.
Thank you.
I will definitely give you that. How did you all
find
each other? Like, what's
what is it? Like, give us the origin story. That was the origin story of this collective.
Basically, me and Adrian have been friends for like 3 years now, and we always kind of made music together. And basically, he met Simon, I think at Lollapalooza like 2 years ago, like randomly. They just ran into each other and became friends.
That shit happens.
Yeah, and so basically it was like Adrian introduced Simon, and then I introduced Devin because me and Devin were friends for a while, and then we just kind of got together, started making music together.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, I mean that's like the most. I guess like that's like the word I kind of want to go back to when I think about this project, because it's kind of your only sample size. It's just very organic.
Thank you.
And it seems like you guys have had like a very organic come up.
I want that, so I'm glad that you're saying that.
Yeah.
And you said it was you and Adrian first, right?
Well, yeah. So me and Adrian weren't a collective. It was just me and him, like fucking around, like making music together. Sometimes, like we barely even made music together.
Right. We
just
love hanging out.
Yeah, we were just hanging out all the time, and there was this one night we were at his apartment, and all of us happened to be there, plus this other guy who was not in the collective, but all of us happened to be there, and we ended up making this like raw ass song on the computer, and it was just the coolest thing ever, and the energy was fucking great, and I was like, bro, we gotta fucking go somewhere.
Yeah.
And and then we ended up going to Sheboygan, and we made some music in Sheboygan, and that's the project.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I know the origin story behind the project and the name, but like the people listening, Isaac, don't. So do me a favor, like go over like the Sheboygan story because I think it's cool.
Who wants to do that?
Oh man, Adrian, you should take it away, man.
Wait, all right. Well, like the whole story, I'm not gonna lie, I pushed going anywhere so hard because after we made that song, I was like, yeah, nah, it's over. Like, we gotta make some more shit. And I was trying to go to Lake Geneva, but we ended up going to fucking Sheboygan because I was broke and we were all broke. But it was just like some regular
I feel
ass place. Yeah, like I was like, damn, the Airbnb is cheap. Fuck it, we go, we ball.
Big
But
ass
we
house.
went. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a big ass house. They have a pool table. They had a big ass backyard, and we were just hanging out. As soon as we got there, we're all high as fuck. But like, then we started making music, and like, fuck, like we were shitting out songs like back to fucking back, and they were like the best. Like man, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, I say like 10% of Sheboygan was actually making the songs because it was really
Yeah.
just all of us hanging out, and all the songs is just us talking about what we did, which is like have fun and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like the iceberg effect. There's all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then the art itself is just like the part that like peeks through like the ocean. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like,
That's beautiful.
I do. That's my thing, man. I'm a words man. Sometimes
Away
My-
with words.
I
You
try
have
to
it.
be. So like let's talk about like music. Let's talk about like where some of these sounds on the album come from. Like cuz it's a lot of different sounds like kind of emulsifying together. So I got to ask like what are all of y'all like big inspirations? Like where did a lot of this like what were you pulling from, you know? And don't like and not just music. Like is it like your family? Like your like experiences, your job, a video game, right? Like what is
So
at the core of like this creative expression?
I'm glad you asked that question because there actually is one song in particular that we were all super inspired by, and it actually dropped. The music video for it dropped the day that we drove to Sheboygan, and it's called Showasu by these other Chicago artists, local artists. These Showasu by Jay Wade, Sidica, and LK Sapphire, and it's just like this really cool song. This really like something about that fucking beat, bro. It just like it plays in my head in an endless fucking loop.
Bro.
And we were listening to it in the car, and like everybody on the song that's rapping is like super skilled and shit. And we were like, holy fuck, we just getting so much inspiration from this one song. And
Right.
like we were like outside the first day, like, and there was this sky was pink. We were by the beach. It was cold as fuck. And like that song, all of us, we were in harmony. It was just playing in our heads over and over again. And so like I really think you guys would like that song because it's like hip hop as fuck.
Yeah, no. So put it immediately in the new music.
I'll just
tab.
text
I was
you
gonna
like
say,
right now.
Yeah,
You go
like
ahead.
do not hesitate with that. Why have you not told me? Like,
Shout out
It
LK,
almost-
bro. LK went
For real.
crazy, bro.
Bro,
He
Yeah,
dropped
she-
that
we all went crazy.
are those
Hey,
all?
so-
He
Fire,
dropped that
bro.
album when we left Sheboygan.
And
It was so
I think like the most beautiful part about like one of the most beautiful parts about it is that they're underground too. And like it's just even though that song doesn't have a lot of, you know, streams or like really no one really knows about that song,
It's underground.
it holds a special place in our hearts. And
Yeah.
like that's how I feel like my biggest influences, all of us have very like some artists that we just love that no one really knows about, you know? And that's
Mhm.
like our kind of secret weapon is that we don't judge music or judge people by like the superficial shit. Like
Mhm.
Yeah.
we like what we like and we're passionate behind it and we don't care about the superfluous things. I don't know if that's a word, but like
It is. You just didn't say it right.
Sound right to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Superman.
I see the vision.
Yeah. No, like you're using it correctly, but like grammatically right, but like
Superfluous.
I mean,
thank you,
there go.
Jasper.
There it is.
Superfluous.
Dictionary.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
But
That's kind of
yeah.
dope, though. Honestly, it almost sounds like a fictional book how it all came together. I feel like this is essentially what Brandon and I tried to do in filth.
Yeah.
But that's actually that's super dope that like you guys all have that connection. Did you all know that artist separately, or like did someone kind of introduce the
Yeah.
rest of the group to that?
Well, we low key know those guys. Like they're
I mean,
around. and shit.
Yeah.
Joe,
I think.
Okay.
yeah. I was about to say Joe. I didn't know any of them beforehand, but when I heard it, I automatically connected to it. You know.
Yeah, the guy who produced that, one of the guys rapping on the song, I used to like go to his house sometimes because he lived like
Yeah.
a block away from me. So it's
No.
just like they're just Chicago ass dudes. Like we know those guys, you know.
No,
But
that's dope though. Could you see
yeah.
your? I guess I should ask then. What's your vision on like, or your opinion on features or collaborations? Because
Yeah.
one thing I wanted to go into, obviously, you guys are all musically talented. You must have your own career separately. How does it work when you all get together? And then how do you see yourself working with other groups?
So we low key don't want people to join. We don't want more people to join.
That's
Like people
good.
are
No
low
new
key,
friends.
It's
Yeah.
I
over.
people are
respect that.
already on our
Yeah, dude.
dick.
Once
Like
we got Jasper, we're like no more nobodies.
exactly.
Like-
Yeah, nah.
You get it.
It's
I mean, we're
exactly it.
open to features, but you're gonna be in parentheses with F2
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
your name.
exactly.
You're not gonna be with
100%.
us. You're not gonna be
100%.
sitting
And I
yeah,
with
did
us.
it.
feel that. Like,
We
Yeah.
did it
Yeah.
based on who fits in the car, bro, and there's
Yeah.
already too much space. You can't
Yeah.
if you can't fit in the convertible, fuck out of here.
I swear to God.
No, I get that 100%. So I
Yeah.
guess that's one thing I want to tap into. Like, but before you guys became a group, what is your musical talent? Did you play a certain, or did you have your own career? Did you play a certain instrument? Or what is like individual skill sets, and how do you work together as like a collaborative?
yeah, because it kind of seems like you
I
all
think-
just do everything.
Well, yeah, we were all doing our own thing. Like we all just kind of like brought what we had to the table. Like so I sing, I rap, I produce. I've been doing that since I was 14.
Okay.
You know, Devin has been rapping his ass off since he was like fucking 8. You know, Simon's been making
No.
No,
That's
oh, you can go ahead.
I was about to, I mean, yeah, I mean, I've been me personally, I've been rapping since like middle school, so I'll say like 13, 14 type deal. But yeah, I think everybody has their own thing, and I think everybody's a fan of each other's solo stuff. So like
Yeah.
the group thing
Mm.
really isn't something that we have to think about like, okay, I'm focused on my solo stuff. It's like a byproduct of us being friends and hanging out, the music comes. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah.
not something that we think super hard about, and that's how like the Sunflower Convertibles came to be a thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like the feel, don't think kind of thing. You know, you
Mhm.
just do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got a
You started
question
at
based
such
on that.
an yeah. Go ahead, Jasper.
Yeah.
I was just gonna ask. So, yeah, I mean, being in sync, I totally get, but I'm curious then, does there ever come a time when you're making music and you feel like you need each other to kind of, like on this podcast, I think we have episodes where we're just constantly aligned and we're like, yes, great take, great take, great take. And then sometimes we're just at odds with each other. So
At
is
each
there ever a
other's
time?
throats. Yeah.
Yeah. Is there ever a time where
Happens.
you feel like that might happen to you guys musically and you maybe bring a little more out of each other in that way? Or would you say it's more so just like this kind of seamless flow?
I mean,
I'd say sometimes, yeah. The thing
It's-
is, a lot of the times, Suimo will take the lead in producing the song. He'll just open Ableton, start making something, and then we all add to it, and all kind of comes together. But sometimes, not everyone will really like the direction the song is going. But what we always say is like trust the process, because if there's anything about Simon, he will make that shit work. He'll make that shit crazy. So like I kind of had to learn to like trust him in particular, because I'm like this shit might be sounding a little like not to my liking, but then I just have to like wait, and then he'll work with it, put some shit in, like I'll add some shit, everyone else will add some shit, and then it's like fucking great. You know what I mean?
It's the let him cook
Okay.
formula.
Yeah.
Yeah,
literally.
basically.
I feel like-
Yeah.
I
like
feel like
I'd
Simon's
say
definitely yeah. Wait, my bad.
you're good. It's just it's
I was-
inevitable. It's inevitable
Yeah.
when you're like really trying to make something different and something that's like has passion behind it. It's inevitable that like those emotions will come, but the weird thing with us is that like when we do come across conflict, we address it pretty quickly, and like it's all love at the end of the day. I think our love like outshines any other feeling so much, just because our brotherhood is so tight, because we've just been through so much shit already together and experienced so many beautiful times. Like we've just, I don't
I want to
know.
give you a hug right now.
Yeah, like
It's a
bro,
real
we've all
touching
just, you know, just and simple things, just like sitting outside enjoying, you know, the air and like singing and just, you know, I feel like those moments are really important too, like along with the, you know, creation stuff.
Yeah.
Like we do want to create, but we also want to like actually make a community and like bring people closer together. Like,
I have a question then, because we didn't address this yet. How long have you all been together in terms of like an actual official group with the title?
So we didn't really put a title on the group until I'd say, I don't have an exact time, but I think it was maybe like a month or two after we came back and we were planning to put it out. And we didn't know what to call ourselves for a while. So like we kind of, since we started making music together in Sheboygan, that was when we were established as a group, but we didn't really put a name on it until like maybe like a month or two after we came back, maybe 3 months. Like it was a while. We kind of, when we came back, we kind of hibernated a little bit and planned everything that we were
You gotta
gonna
stew,
do.
right? You gotta let it work.
Yeah, but so that would make it like I don't know. I honestly don't know.
No, I get that.
Well, how did you arrive at it? Because it's such like a out of the box name.
Funky.
Yeah.
Oh, the name.
I think y'all can talk about that.
Me and Simon like came up with the name with the song Sunflower Convertible. Like because we stole Joe's beat and made a song, and like that was
As
like,
one
a while
does.
ago. Yeah, so
How it
Joe
goes.
sent me like hella beats, and the one beat that I guess I couldn't have used, I used, and I was with Simon, and Simon wasn't even friends with Joe yet. So like I showed it to Joe, like, oh, I actually made a song with your beat, and Joe was like, what the fuck? Like, who is this guy? Like, and like
Because I
on
wanted
that
it for
song,
myself back then. I was like being greedy and shit. I was like, I want all the best beats for myself. But
yeah. But like, yeah, and in the song it's like Sunflower Convertible and shit. But and it was such a cute little like song. I love that song. But like,
That
when
is
we were
the
at
highlight
Sheboygan,
of the
Joe-
album.
Fuck yeah. Joe whipped out the beat and the song. It was like, fuck it, let's finish this shit. Da da da. And like Joe low-key was hyping up to be a collective since the beginning, and we're all not down. We're like, we'll just drop it on Spotify, separate names. We're not fucking being a group. Fuck
We'll
that
deal
shit.
with it later.
And then like but then like 2 months later, we're like, all right, bet, like fuck it, we'll just be a band. And then like we actually like argued about the name too, like because
it was the dumbest shit ever.
yeah, it was dumb as fuck. Me and Joe kept going back and forth because he wanted the Sunflower Convertible, like not plural. I was like, what the fuck? And then like somebody didn't want a duh in front of it.
Yeah.
But it all came like I wanted to sound like
I
one
think
of
Devin wanted
those like
duh
old.
in front of it. I was like,
Yeah, and then because the Sunflower Convertibles to me sounds like one of those like cheesy old like 50, 60 like doo-wop groups. You know what I'm talking about? Like the Sunflower. Oh, the notations. Oh, the
psychedelic.
Seems
notations.
very hippie.
You know, like
Yeah.
like that's what I love about
And
it.
I for some reason wasn't fucking with that. I was like, that shit's corny. But then me and Adrian, we switched opinions because I was Sunflower Convertible. Because I'm like, okay, it has to be not plural because we're referring to his car. There's only one Sunflower Convertible. Like, fuck that. And then he's like, oh no, but it sounds better this that. And then we switched opinions and we started arguing for opposite shit.
Yeah.
So we were just like, fuck it, let's take a vote. So we took a vote, and I honestly don't give a fuck. Like the name is raw as hell. Like
it's
all
awesome.
good.
I love the name.
I'm not
I was
over that. Like,
I was just about to suggest Sunflower Cabriolet, but here we are.
I mean, it all came together pretty well. I honestly like it. And another thing I actually wanted to go into, Simon, it sounds like you're the main producer or you're the face of the sound. So how do you get your samples? How do you get the melodies?
Yeah. What's the process?
Like, oh man, the samples. This is the internet. Like I just YouTube, Splice.
Trade secret.
Yeah, MP3 downloads from
Honestly,
YouTube. Like,
Yeah, like MP3 downloads from YouTube. I'll just find random sound packs and
Okay.
I know I'm just always making music with people, like just random ass people. So they're always like showing me videos and stuff. I have like a sound folder that
Okay.
anytime someone tells me to download something or listen to something and I really like it, like I'll just download it and I'll keep it in the folder.
That, yeah, it's always been
But
something
I've just
I've
been
been like
blessed.
fascinated
Yeah.
by.
I've just been blessed to find like honestly the sounds like find me in a weird way. Like, it's just
Okay.
whatever resonates with my heart. Whenever it's
Mhm.
like ooh,
You
like.
get that stank face.
But
It just
yeah,
fades.
yeah. But I'd say I wouldn't say I'm like the face of the sound of the group
Okay.
because it's just this first tape. Like I had a bunch of just random ass beats that like some of my best beats I've ever made. But like when we continue Sunflower Convertibles, we want to keep that like collaborative energy and like we want to make like a salsa song with like a band. We want to start like really get thinking outside the box, getting producers. Like we've been going to beat battles and meeting people and like there's so many like Chicago is such a rich city of music and talent and we really want to tap into that. We even met like this DJ
Old ass
at
dude, but he's
one of
so
our
awesome.
first shows. His name was J Dot, and he really put us onto just how to be confident, how to get on the mic right. And he's a producer too, and he's like a legend. Like he's been in
that
the
sounds
scene in
familiar.
hip-hop.
I was literally about to
Yeah,
say that
you
sounds like
probably
It
know
sounds
him,
super
yeah.
familiar. I could
Yeah.
be thinking of K Dot too, but like,
Yeah, but he
But
was
yeah,
really
like
just giving us like all the knowledge and shit. Like he was low key like fucking teaching us how to rap. Like low key. Besides Devin, he put me and Simon and Adrian like in our place. Like he was like, you need to do this right, you need to do that right. Like how to hold the mic, not fucking cuffing the mic or whatever.
Yeah.
That was a little crazy, but
yeah,
it's all a technique.
like yeah, like so yeah, and he was just very like he was definitely putting us in our place, but also I was so appreciative. Like, there's this guy, he wouldn't be giving us all this advice if he didn't fuck with us. And he really fucked with us. He really loved what we were doing. And it's so cool that like we got this really he's just such like a hip hop soul and like he sees what we're doing and he just like fucks with it so heavy. Like you
Yeah.
could see it, like he was so passionate about like when he was, giving us compliments and shit and like but also tearing us down, also being like, okay, y'all need to like do this, and that. Like, come on. Like he was
Well,
roasting the shit
that's
out of us.
Yeah.
well, that's
He's
like
great.
guidance sometimes, though. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what it is.
Yeah. You
Yeah, I can
appreciate the
honestly,
guidance and respect. Mhm.
Oh, Devin, you're muted.
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
shit! I was just saying, I don't think it was in like a bad way. Like it, like
Absolutely
J
not.
Dot seemed to like really care about like what we were doing, and it was cool to kind of see like the older generation and the younger generation. Because I mean, like honestly, we have like I feel like hip hop is something that like I am popular to like what I've been listening to since I was younger. But this album isn't something that like a traditional hip hop listener would be like, okay, word. So it was a little different. It was a little left field
Yeah, it's
of like
experimental
what
to a
I guess
degree.
he was expecting. But like, yeah, but like he was still rocking with it because he's seeing our energy and like you can't fake that. You know what I'm saying? And like he like gave us our props because he was like that energy is like infectious. You know what I'm saying?
I can honestly like it would be dope if he was like our mentor or something like that. Like it was really like I don't know, like our uncle or some shit. Like that's not what it
That's
felt like.
that's literally what I was gonna lead into because
Yeah.
like coming from the ground up and building your own vision, you not like you lack the fundamentals, but it's just certain stuff that an old head can kind of teach you.
Yeah.
Do you see like yourself going forward in terms of getting a certain mentor, or do you aspire to be a certain sound? How do you plan on getting there? Just working on your craft, the small details.
Wait, could you repeat that?
Like, how do you envision yourself working on your craft with the small details? Do you want to find like a mentor? Is there someone that you guys can like kind of go to?
Or are you guys just a rep guy, like just doing it as many times as you can and just learning from that? Because there's a lot of different ways to like approach this.
I think we're all different, to be honest. I'm not really sure. That's a really good question because
So for
I'm
me,
not really sure. I think we're just open. Like we're open
Mm.
to whatever comes towards us, and any mentorship or But I also do think that we learn a lot from each other. Like
Okay.
I've learned. Devin
Yeah.
taught me how to rap, basically. Like
stop
I,
it.
no, I swear to God, like I fucking rap good now because of you. Like literally, like
Yeah.
we all learn a
Real
lot
my
from each
boy.
other. Simon's taught me so much about mixing and producing. You know what I mean? Adrian has taught me so much about like energy and like
Yeah.
delivery. Like it's awesome, dude.
Mhm.
That's the
But
best thing, because like,
Yeah, I was about to.
now say your piece, Devin.
Oh, my bad. Oh, I was about to say, like, I think like I'm genuine fans of like the underground and like all of my friends. So like I think ripping it out, but like the more I make music with these guys, the more that it pushes me to like be better. Like, oh, they slid on this harder first. You know, like I have to be better in this because I learned this from this person. So I low key think I'm like the biggest fans of my friends, and so that makes me in turn want to be better. I mean, a mentor would like be cool, but I low key think like just like continue working with the homies. I think that's like the recipe for me because like they're the craziest people that like I know in this music shit. So yeah.
No, that's completely fucking valid, because like it's the people around you who are like making the work that you're going to interact with and you're going to respond with emotionally,
mhm.
Ugh.
I was about to say, should we get into the actual EP?
Yeah, let's actually talk about the EP a little bit real quick.
Okay,
yeah.
because you guys touched it very briefly, and it sounds like the actual songs are a collective of events that happened when you all were in Sheboygan. But like, what's the actual story? Because I couldn't pull up Genius lyrics; it's not there.
Yeah,
Not yet, not yet.
So like,
Not yet.
Yeah.
We'll probably
what are you
fuck it up when it
sharing? What do
comes
you want to
time.
say? Yeah, what's going on there?
Yeah, like what was the vision for like
like
was
song by song or just in general, like throughout.
Whatever route you want to take.
So I
It
guess
wasn't no vision. That's the vision.
Okay.
Like
yeah,
like
basically.
like like I think we made all the songs, all the bass ideas 72 hours in 3 days. And so I think just being like or Simon will pull up a beat and we'll start writing. Like we're all surprised. We'll just start writing, and then that's kind of how the songs came to be, like song by song. And I think the story was just us being there in that moment with everybody in the room, like on some collaborative, like just letting what happened happen, So I think that's the story was just
that?
like us
I mean, yeah,
in
that's
Sheboygan being in that room and like, yeah.
yeah, because that's what the album feels like. It feels like a time capsule, like a capturing of like a moment for you guys.
That's the goal. That makes me so happy you think
Was
that. 'Cause
that was
that's,
like
exactly what
because
that's
like it
what I
really does.
wanted.
That's exactly kind of like what it feels like, Getting just like down to like a track by track level. I know from your Instagram that this is like controversial, but like Campfire, it's just like I feel like it's like one of the most uncompromised songs I've ever like heard this year, because it's like it's puts you right there in that moment
you.
of like in the backyard singing with your friends. I've been there. I have an acoustic guitar.
I only said some people don't like it because my brother said he didn't like it. Like he's the only guy that said that. So I was like,
Fuck
yeah,
that.
some people like it, some people
No,
don't. No, but people fuck with
Campfire
that
is the
shit.
best song in my
Oh,
opinion.
thank you,
Campfire,
thank you.
because I listened to it twice today. That was definitely a highlight because it's so
Hey,
stripped
thank
back.
you.
It's so stripped back from
Yeah,
the rest
but
of
it
the
really
album.
does just like put you into that thing,
Yeah.
and like that's like it's a very
Oh, you
deep.
guys got to see it live.
Yeah.
God damn, it's fucking beautiful.
Oh, we're gonna get there.
I was gonna
yeah.
say we will be at a show. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Oh,
we will
hell
be at
yeah.
a show. But yeah, no, like Campfire. What was the other one? Under the Snow was the other one that like really was like kind of like emotionally raw and like kind of put me like right into that like
That's a Simon beat.
yeah
That's
into
what
that
it'll do to
moment.
Man.
Yeah,
Under the Snow is crazy, bro. Like I watching Devin and Simon like unfolding that shit was like the craziest thing. And it was even crazy because like I was in the room and I was like fucking gone. Like I took like an edible. I just smoked 2 joints. Like I'm like holy shit. And I think like Joe,
where all the
I'm
best
not
stuff
on the
comes
side.
from.
Yeah, like
Cap
I
junkie.
couldn't get on it, and like Joe wasn't even in the room. Like Joe had to leave the room.
I
There's a
was
lot
too
of, like-
fucking high. I was way too
Yeah,
high.
Joe
Yeah.
got too high and left.
Bro, I
Crazy
took one
going
hit
on.
off. Okay, real quick. I took one hit off this shit that Adrian gave me. He's like none of us knew how strong this shit was, and I don't smoke. You know, I'm a fucking lightweight. I took one
Okay.
hit off that shit. I was holy fuck, like high, like not higher than I've ever been, but like
Zonked.
probably second place of how like highest ever in my life.
Yeah,
So I was just
totally
high as
zonked.
shit. I had to go to the other room and just like collect myself.
Yeah,
And I was in there for what felt like literally 3 hours. I was only in there for like 20 minutes.
5
bro.
minutes.
Like,
Yep.
it was-
That's
yeah.
how that goes. Yeah.
I made some great
Okay.
videos too. Like, but
You just gotta.
Nah,
Sometimes you just gotta pause and just be like,
I have
Get
to
your
do that
bearings.
in my normal life. So
Yeah.
when I'm high, like I gotta do that a lot.
yeah, no, I feel that.
The Airbnb, do not tell the Airbnb so we don't get everyone in trouble
Let's
from
leak
what
the
we've already been
address, yeah.
discussing. But in terms of the Airbnb that you were at, was this like, did you have a studio or like you popped the laptop open and just started going?
Second option.
Okay.
That's what we do
We all
anyway.
just so happened brought our shit. Like,
Yeah.
because we was just gonna be a trip. We didn't plan to make music, but like it was funny because when we got there, we're like, oh, y'all brought your mics and shit, Focusrite, laptops. Like we just all brought it. Like we
It
knew
was
it was
meant
about
to
to go
be.
down. Like
Yeah, we do.
That's cool then.
That's hilarious.
Well, I guess we've looked at it over. We've looked at it at a high scale where it's just like it's a time capsule. You want to kind of share that moment and express it to your fans. And we also broken it down track by track. What kind of impact do you want this EP to have on like you as a brand?
We just want to fucking change the world.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Something you
Like,
guys
100%.
said earlier was
Exactly.
about creating community, and would you say like that is like really at your impetus?
I think Simon
Definitely,
can
just
talk about
like-
that.
You know, it's the energy that affected us, you know, or at least me personally, but I know all of us have been affected, like by artists who tell us to like chase for a happier life, like get outside, go experience life. Like
Yeah,
Tyler really, I know we're all fans of Tyler, and
everyone
Don't get
say-
Jasper started. Do not
Yeah.
get Jasper
Dude,
started.
yeah, just don't start
Yeah,
it.
like-
Now we're gonna talk about Tyler for the rest of the
I'm
fucking
faking
podcast.
I listened
guys-
to it twice today. I listened to the project twice today. I was like, these are Flower Boy instrumentals. Can't nobody tell me different.
This shit's stolen.
You can tell that just by
Tyler-
looking at me already. You know?
Yeah, for real, like,
They've all been
Tyler
they've
really-
seen your big Igor poster. We all
yeah, like
He knew.
he
Okay.
just, and the effect is beyond the music. Like he inspired so many people to just like live life and
Yeah.
just not care. And like we want to do something similar, in the sense of the energy we bring. Like we're very positive in our music, and we want to bring that positive energy, and you know, not only positive just to be positive. Like we talk about real shit too, but
Mhm.
like
There's always a
Um,
positive
at the end
angle.
of the day, at the end of the day, we're trying to bring people together with our music, and like it's not really something we talk about. Like we haven't like sat down and been like, this is our philosophy as a group. It's
Okay.
just we all just love people, and we want to see the people around us happy and dancing and chasing for something that's good. And you know, because so many people in this generation, in this time period, have just given up, and like
You're
they
right.
have no friends, they have no one to turn to, and like
No,
I think music
yeah.
can connect people.
Fully agree.
Yeah, no,
I
I,
guess
Yeah.
I should ask them because it sounds like you have at least core values now. You have a general idea of like the value and mission.
Yeah.
In terms of impacting the people around you, like what is the overall goal that you want to reach? Then is it more? Because I know we've talked about community. Do you want to stay more local? I know you just mentioned you want to change the world. Could you see being as big as like fucking Drake? Like
Yes.
obviously
Yes.
in terms of like there's some limitations, but like what do you actually want? Like what's your desire?
yeah.
I think we're really doing it play by play. At least me personally, I think we're doing it play by play. Like, you know, not really looking too deep in the future, more so living in the moment.
Yeah.
And right now, like we make people really, really happy. At the shows, we have like reoccurring characters, bro. There's a couple people that have been to every single show, and we've had 3 so far. And
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's people that
Yeah.
always come back. People that I had never met since the first show, and they just fuck with us so heavy that they come back every time.
Yeah.
And it's really dope because it's
That's
like,
basically
dude,
a
like,
small tour.
Bro, yeah, like, dude, it's fucking awesome. Like, yeah, tour of fucking Clark Street or whatever. But like, yeah, so like that's already kind of where we're at. It's like we got these people that really fuck with us, and like, you know, it's just so dope that they're always there for us. Like they're like, they see it, you know what I mean, and they just like to be there, you know, and like we get those motherfuckers moving. We get them to mosh. We fucking get them hyped up. Our last show didn't have that many people, but we turned it up. Yeah.
They came up. Look, like when we started performing, there was like 2 rows of people in front of us. When like, you know, I feel like we convinced people to let go a little bit and jump around.
Yeah, that's what music's for, man. Like the entire history of human civilization, right? Music has existed for that purpose. So it's like it's kind of the purest expression when you really think about it.
Yeah.
So like you're talking about performing live, and like this is a question I've been dying to ask, because like I've seen a lot of people like start careers and put out EPs and like even put out great projects, but I haven't seen anyone hit live performances the way like you guys have immediately. Like this project dropped in July. You guys have already put on 3 shows, and you guys have like
it dropped in August, and we had our first show the night that it dropped.
Yeah. So that's what we wanted to talk to you guys about. Like, you tell us about like, because I've seen it, just like because I live with Joe. Like I've seen the amount of effort that's like been put into it. So like, do you see like the live performances like as intrinsically part of like you as a group? This is a project, and like
I would say yes. Just because it's a great way to experience it.
I think it's important.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Oh yeah. I think at the core of our music, like I think the goal is to make people feel, and I think like being in person and witnessing that, it feels like we're bringing people on the trip with us, and like what we were doing on the trip, and like they feel like they're part of. Yeah, so like Sheboygan in a sense is almost like bigger than, you know what I'm saying? Like we're bringing all these people from Chicago on that trip with us, and I think that's super important. So I think performing live is like the best part of it. Like the music was super fun, but like just like performing with these guys is just like, it's like I'm reliving that trip every time I get on that stage. You know what I'm saying?
Our goal is actually to gentrify Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
Okay. I actually like that.
Is it worth it? Like, no.
Yeah, it is.
Look, I don't doubt it's fun for a trip though.
Yeah, it's nice.
That's actually really dope.
I actually loved it. I think we all really loved it.
I'll definitely go back and to that same spot. Like we almost got banned from that spot for not leaving on time, but I convinced them. I like texted them because I was like, please, all my memories are here, please.
Right.
You have to let us come back.
You used some of that Adrian Rosario charm.
Yeah.
Classic.
Every album has to be made there.
Yeah, every album. The next album is gonna be. Like,
we actually want to go to we want to kind of. I don't know about every project being like this, but we do want to continue that because I think there's something to that. Like we want to go to different places and make projects there. Like literally a week after, Adrian was like, "Let's go to Erie, Pennsylvania. I have an Airbnb. Let's do it. I'm down." Like, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm so tired."
Yeah,
but we want to do that.
Idea. That's a dope idea.
That's a dope idea. Yeah, like that is absolutely something you guys should pursue if you have any desire to do so. That would be
or the time and money. Which
that's the thing. You know, going places costs time and money.
Yeah,
and it's a slippery slope too, because like 1 minute you're making cool stuff, and then the next minute you've slandered Taylor Swift and you're making shit in Hawaii. Just finding more and more outlandish places.
That is the goal.
Gotta get away from that.
That's the goal. Fuck Taylor Swift in Hawaii. I mean, not like that, but like, you know, like that.
They're like,
we get it. We understand.
I can't wait for the magnum opus of like Machu Picchu and like.
Oh my god, that'd be fucking crazy. Don't quote me on this, but possibly Ecuador soon.
Ecuador.
Maybe.
Okay.
Ecuador.
Yeah. Just keep it in your mind. Keep it in the back of your mind.
Travel the world. Okay, I like that. One other thing, like I guess on a kind of more serious note, at least the topic is always viewed in a more serious note. Being inside of a genre like this, like a hip hop genre, do you feel like you have any responsibilities or even obligations to the genre itself?
No.
No?
Nah,
Can
I
you
like
I
elaborate?
feel
like
like
like that's real, and I think from like a respect thing, like I feel like we all respect the craft to like what hip hop has done for us. So I think our job is to push the envelope to like what's hip hop. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? Like I think our job is to, like push it, but we all respect it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I feel like hip hop is like me, and like I think just the byproduct of that is just like pushing it.
Yeah. I mean, the story of hip hop is the story of artists like you guys pushing it, you
Yeah.
know, a little bit at a time, a little bit at a time, to the point where, like, you know, hip hop in 2023 sounds very different than it did, like, in 2013 and 2003 and 1993.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so to me, I see it as like, yeah, I think that respect part is vital, but I
Mhm.
think so is that desire to push the envelope. You know, it's the cyclical nature of knowledge, right? Where it's like, you know, the young go to the old to get the established knowledge, and the old go to the
Mm-hmm.
young to get new knowledge.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, even sonically, like a lot of the sound on on the project, like pervading even Full Moon a little
Yeah,
bit, like it sounds kind of old school. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like when
pervading
we played
definitely.
when we played pervading for J Dot, he like went crazy. He was like, you
Yeah,
know what I mean? Because it is just it's just like hip hop as fuck. Like
Yeah. That's what
it's
he
some
recognizes.
there's a lot of elements of it that are sound very old school. You know.
Mhm.
no,
Well,
I
Adrian, you
definitely feel
said
like.
no too. Did you want to elaborate?
Wait, what?
What?
You said no as well in terms of
Oh,
like
me?
feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I love hip hop. Like hip hop is so cool, but I feel like it gave us the tools to make the new shit, you know? Cause
Yeah,
I'm sick of the old shit. Not like that, but like I'm sick of the same shit.
I'm
I'm
sick
sick
of
that
Ken Carson and Destroy Lonely and all those fuckers.
I'm just sick
Okay.
of like
Sorry. Like,
Okay.
Shout out Opium.
I
Shout
yeah,
out
shout out
Opium.
Opium. They
not shout out Opium. That shit.
I just like hate
Shout
sometimes when like new music drops and it's like
it sounds
I
the
feel like
same.
I feel like I heard this before. Like
Oh my god,
I
tell me about it.
like and I we don't
Yeah.
even push ourselves to make something different. We just do it and it's just new shit.
Yeah,
New
Mhm.
shit.
We are.
And I love it. Like I listen to my shit and I still go like I listen to this tape and I go like damn, I never heard anything like this. Like this is fucking fire. And
yeah,
that's why like the genre is raw as fuck, but it's always time for change.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. No, I totally
Yeah.
agree.
Because of ideas like that, I feel like we've gotten other groups. Not obviously everyone's kind of having their own sound, but I think of a Brockhampton, I think of an Injury Reserve, where like you guys can push the envelope and create your own new sound. So
Yeah.
I could definitely see that going. I guess
Thank
uh,
you.
some other things I want to get into kind of as we're getting towards the latter end of the interview.
No.
What are the short-term goals within a year, and where do you see yourself long-term goals within 5 years? And it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be something strict. It
Or
could really be
even are
whatever.
you? Or even
Yeah.
are you? Is that even how you're like thinking of like the future of this project? The project being the group, not the E EP.
I would
Um,
say within a year, probably more music videos, more shows. I don't think I can't speak for everybody, but I don't think we're too worried about numbers. I think that that stuff will come like in time and like as we get established, but definitely shows, music videos, more music. Honestly, we're just going it
The
like
art, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
like it's just kind of like I, I don't know if we really have goals. Like we had a shit ton of goals that were for release, you know, for skits because we made skits. We made we
Okay.
did the
Yeah.
release party. We planned that whole thing. We did a lot of that shit and we
Yeah.
had a lot of goals for that.
You guys did Days
So
Before Sheboygan. That was a nice
hell
reference.
yeah,
Yeah.
that shit was dope.
And also hit
But
your goals. Let's,
Yeah.
yeah,
let's
we
shout out
did.
to that.
Yeah.
Like for real.
But
we haven't really like talked about it. Like
I
especially
think we're
5
taking a
years.
break from goals for a while.
We haven't really
Uh.
talked about it, and it's not that we're not thinking about it. It's also that we all got our own lives that we want to live, and we haven't talked about like in 5 years how far we're really trying to take this shit. Because I think we're still honestly like feeling it out. Like not in the sense that we don't think this is gonna work out, just in the sense that we want to make sure we keep our own lives like on track, prioritize.
Yeah.
Like we're all getting jobs. We're like Devin's going back to school. Like we have a long time ahead of us, and I don't really want to get too caught up in like our ambitions quite yet with this group in
100%.
particular.
Yeah.
Because like look what naturally happened already. Like we're gonna just naturally focus on like what we're doing now and do it as good as possible. But if we're feeling tired, if we don't really want to hang out, like
Yeah.
if we don't really want to be working on the next drop, that's cool. Like we can take like
Breaks.
months without doing shit, and that's
Yeah.
fine. Like because I don't want us to feel too much pressure to like be anything quite until like the pressure's really on and like we're ready for that shit. When we're
There's a
ready,
time
like
for everything.
we're gonna
Yeah.
go hard, bro. But
Yeah.
it's just like we still gotta some life shit to figure out.
For
No,
now, I
you
just
know.
scoop food
Yeah.
on the plates and give it to kids. Like that's what I do.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think not one goal, but like I'm talking as if it's already gonna happen, which I know it is, but definitely
speak it
securing a
into
venue
existence.
show.
Yeah.
A TV show?
Yeah.
A venue show.
Venue.
Oh,
Venue.
I was about to
real
say,
venue.
okay, bet. Like,
Yeah,
Nah, I'm on the
yeah.
letter squad too right
You know,
now.
like,
Nah,
I like the vision.
definitely
Okay.
venue show.
the big
Yeah.
Only
venue.
on Tubi.
I'm trying to get the big venue. I'm low key working on it right now. I've been working hard as fuck trying to like see.
Yeah.
But
What's
in
that
the
process?
back of my
like?
head though, like definitely a festival. That's I kind of do want to do that too.
You guys
But
have a
I-
festival vibe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lava.
Devin said, and I also share this same goal. That I've never been to a music festival, neither has he. But we both said the first festival we're at is the one we're performing at. Like that's he said that first. You like
No,
I can't
that's
take
sick.
credit for that, but I was like, that's dope. I'm gonna say the
I
same
like it.
thing.
No, that's sick. That's a sick.
I stand by it.
That's a
flex.
vision. That's a vision.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
should-
I stand by it. I'm until I'm performing.
Thanks.
Okay, 5 years. We're gonna be at the Metro.
Yeah. For real.
Yeah, dude. I think you guys got it in you, and I'm
Thank you.
I'm really excited to see where this goes, right? But I think at the same time though, like I'm really reassured by what you guys say, because like 5-year plans are great, especially like for the most serious things in life, right? But when you're talking about creative stuff, really the most important step is always the next one.
Mhm.
And like, is that taking time to yourself to live a life worth creating about? Is that making new music?
lot of times
is that
it is.
doing live? Like, yeah, there's a lot of different ways it could go down, but just like being open to all those different possibilities, I think it's clearly has shown success for you guys so far. So I think like that is the route forward.
Yeah, I think shows like I think we all see. Like until the release party, I had never sung or rapped live like ever. That was my
Really?
first time doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think that just like awakened something in me. Like I just fucking love performing. That shit is so fun, and I think especially us as a group, we just fucking love performing. So like low key, like I
No,
think that's what we're gonna be on because like it's so fucking fun, bro. It's so fun.
chase it, dude. Like while it's like that, it's about the journey. You
Yeah.
know, like if you enjoy like just doing that, you're just always going to.
Mm-hmm.
That's the easiest thing. All right. Do you want to leave each one of
The
you,
last-
all of
yeah.
these Sunflower boys? Do you guys each want to leave like the viewers like a word of wisdom? Like
We do this with
anything-
every interview.
Yeah, every interview. Do you have like a
Feels
thought,
like homework.
closing statement? We kind of have homework. That's what a podcast is when you really
Literally,
think about it.
it's funny. Like some of our interviews, like the last words have been like some real insightful. Like
You
stuff.
you have no idea what kind of deep shit people pull out. Like,
like in the moment, it's just like where did that come
Pressure
from?
is
So
on.
like one at a time, I want to hear each one of your voices. It could be literally anything, words of wisdom, expectations for the group. You can shout out your mom,
affirmations,
whatever you want.
like, whatever you want.
Wait, I actually
So-
do have something to say, and this is because me and Simon the other day we were chilling and because we're actually roommates, but when I'm talking about Suimo, but like because we were talking about how like the whole release show and like everything, because we planned like these like every month, day by day, on what we're gonna do. Like we're shooting this shit this day. We're like we had to get the fucking PA system this day. We all had like individual quests that we had to like do so everything could come together. And like we were talking about how fucking tired we were, like, cause I was fucking tired. I know Joe was tired. Devin was tired. Like I know Simon fucking passed away damn near. Like it was just really really draining. But then I realized like, damn, like the Chicago scene, definitely the music scene, it's like it's up in the air. There's not really much going on right now, and the reason why it's probably so draining is because we can't sit and wait for like the change. We literally have to become the change, and that's the sacrifice, to be honest. For me personally, like I feel like the sacrifice is like fucking taking a breath and chilling, because there is no time to sit down and chill sometimes. Like we have to make this shit happen and show people like, yo, like come together and just sing with us. And that's all I have to say. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Good.
for
Hell yeah,
listening
dude.
to the
I
Sheboygan
love that
Cinematic.
answer.
No, love that answer.
All right, who's next?
Don't make me call you to the front of the class.
Pressure's on.
Like,
I can go. I can
Before
go.
you go, you might want to connect to data though, because you've been glitching a
Say,
lot. No one said it. So.
you know what's crazy? My wife,
Uh-oh.
can y'all hear me though?
You're like
It's still
auto
cutting out a
tune.
little bit.
yeah.
Autobots roll out.
We'll give it a moment to catch up.
Damn near.
All right, Joe, you can go, bro. It's all good.
Now you sound good now.
Can Simon go? Because I don't have anything yet.
We'll go Simon back to Devin.
This
and
feels like
then-
school, bro.
I'm just grateful for everything that's been happening. Yeah, we worked really hard, and like I've just been smoking weed and like relaxing a little bit, and it's not fun. Like like I'm not even having fun. I'm just depressed. But like
It's what you do, though.
yeah, it's what I do now. But like a week ago, I was sober. You know, release party, like everything's going good. And then I just wanted to say that because I just want to be like, because I think there's this expectation from a lot of people that like you have to be perfect, and like especially with like celebrity and with like music and art. Like sometimes you look at like the magazines and the videos, music videos, and you think that this person like always just has a six pack, always sexy, always like having a great time. But like I know they get depressed too. Like everyone is getting hella depressed, and like you know it's just that's cool too. You know it's cool to just sit in your room and eat nachos every once in a while. Like
I agree.
fuck
Dude, I
everything
totally,
else.
dude, I totally agree with
Yeah.
that.
Hey,
Yeah.
I will gladly
Amazing.
sit in my room and eat nachos. That's a great word of advice. I will take that every day of the week. All right, for sure.
If I have anything to
Can y'all
say-
hear me now?
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
bet. I had to step outside.
yeah, for sure.
You can go, Joe, if you want to, though.
Yeah, sure. I would just say, you know, it might sound a little bit generic, but like really, I'm a type of person where I've had so many ideas for years that just got rejected by everyone just because they were so like different and stuff, you know, because I've been making music since I was like 14 and stuff, and like it was always weird as fuck. I always made weird ass music just because that's how I express myself. And if you are that kid who's doing that, like, you know, take advice from people and stuff, but don't sell out, don't change. You know what I mean? Like, trust and develop your own style,
Yeah.
and
Only
stick with
listen
it,
to the
because
people who
eventually-
care about you.
yeah,
Mhm.
Because eventually you're gonna meet people who, you know, really understand. And like, if I told my 14-year-old self that I was in a fucking, first of all, that I was rapping and that I was in a group and that all this shit was happening, that we're doing shows, I would have been like, holy fuck, that's the coolest guy ever. You know what I mean? Because like, I just never could have expected any of this. Like, you know? So
Mhm.
I feel that.
just like trust in your ideas, you know, trust yourself, and don't worry like if your shit doesn't sound like, because not to go on a tangent, but like kids used to fucking try to like in high school, kids were like, you have to make trap beats, you have to make this and that. Like it was so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And I was always just like, fuck you. So don't give in to those kids. You know what I mean? Stay true to yourself, and because it will pay off.
Oh yeah,
Those are very wise words, Joe.
I like that. All right.
All right, Devin.
All right. I'll say for me, I think my last closing remarks will probably have to be like, stay the course. I'll say like, keep going, and your life can literally like change in 1 year. Like if I looked at where I was at a year from today, I wouldn't fathom the things that I would be doing. And I would say anybody that's in a place where you feel like you can't create, because 2 years ago I was in Alabama and I felt like nobody was making any type of music that I was making. So therefore I had to move to Chicago. But I was lucky to meet these guys. But I would say work out, not up. Like I feel like I used to think that I would have to meet somebody in order to get this video done, or like I would have to have this amount of plays in order to do the things that we're doing. But I learned that like my friends are like, we say it all the time, but I feel like we're God's here. Like I feel like it's something very special about what we got going. So I'll definitely say stay the course, trust your genius, and shit is not always gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? Like things definitely do get better. And yeah, trust your genius, just like Joe said. So yeah.
Amazing.
Hey man, work out not up is gonna get tatted on somebody.
Yeah, that is like
fire.
That's
that
gonna get
is-
tatted on somebody.
yeah, that is like
dope.
one of the smartest things people have said
Probably
on
gonna
this
be
show.
me.
Yeah.
All right. I
All
like
right,
that.
guys.
Thank
guys,
you.
thank you so much for coming here and talking to us. We were
This was
so
great.
hyped. We wish you the best of luck. We will put all the contact information in the thing right here.
Tell us your next show. We will probably be there.
Tell us your next show.
Hell yeah.
The Nobodies will be there.
You're welcome back every album release.
Every album release, you guys want to come on and talk. Something you
That'd
guys
be
just
dope.
if you guys just want to come
Free
on
marketing.
here and talk about anything.
Hell yeah.
You're
We can
welcome.
talk about 2K. It's coming out tonight.
We're not going to talk
Thank you
about
for
2K.
having us, man. I like this was dope to like talk to you guys, and like this, like we had kind of, me and Brandon had kind of planned this for a while, but like it worked. Like we
Yeah.
just,
No, we just want look. We're all
Yeah.
about making space too, and
Yeah.
like
yeah.
we want to hear what you guys are thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
I
All right,
appreciate
all
you
right.
guys.
Thank you guys for having us.
Thank you so
No
much.
problem, my
course.
friends.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. Have a good one.